Hey, good morning, everyone. It's 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show. Hope you're doing well. I did survive my first day teaching pre-K 3 all the way up to 8th grade um, the other day. So I survived, and I brought our little mascot. I posted up there the other day. Bubbles like, what the heck is that? This is our little mascot. Um, a lot of times when I do groups and I meet the first time, so I'll talk about that a little bit in a second. But I wanted to talk about a wake-up call for those who want to make side hustle money and teach some classes. It's been a while, pre-2020, let's put it that way. Did a lot of in-person training, a couple days straight, 8-hour days. It was a long day. And I recall standing up and teaching the class all day long because you can't, we get soft in the Zoom COVID post 2022 world where we're teaching from our desk or talking from our desk, sitting in the chair, and kind of lost the thought what it was like to teach or stand or speak for 8 hours a day or close to 6 hours during the day, and what you got to do and how you got to get there. So we're going to talk about that a little bit. A reminder for those who want to go out and to teach classes and teach Agile or teach any class, you got to get in shape. I mean, your legs, it's funny. But we'll talk about that. I'll talk a little bit about my teaching experience yesterday, how I used Agile and Scrum, and how I'm going to apply it to what I'm doing. I got through one class. I got another half session, but that's not going to happen this weekend. But the following week, I'll do the other half. So I've taught all the kids through the school, got at least an introduction. I'm going to share a little bit of that. Hi, Bubbles. What's up, Bubbles? Bubbles here. So this is 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show, and we got Bubbles Cat, our co-star, who is on the show. You can't see it in podcast, but Bubbles decided she needed attention. Hi, Bubbles. All right, don't knock over the microphone. Anyway, it's 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show. I am Greg Mester, Scrum Master and Agile Coach, and I hope you're doing well today. We talk about Scrum and Agile in a very practical and tactical way, so you can bring more value to your customer, not work crazy hours for that value for your customer, and have a little fun along the way. And yesterday was a combination of fun and everything. And I have to tell you, everybody wants to do the teaching thing. I'm actually prepping again to do some teaching, making an agreement with somebody I know who actually taught me years ago to join their group and do some teaching. So I'm in the process of getting my safe cert and all that kind of stuff. And it just made me recall the days when I would teach these classes, taught some IC Agile classes and things like that, and taught classes when I worked at a company. They would be there all day. I'd have them for a full day and do a Agile immersion thing for like a day, sometimes two, depending on where they were and what the corporation wanted to do. And so yesterday all day long, and when I got home that day, my legs were tired. They're exhausted. And it's really important to take a break and sit in between things because it goes nonstop. But it reminded me, getting ready for teaching those classes, what it was like pre-2020, teaching classes, teaching Agile and Scrum or any class in front of a crowd where you're standing all day long, because there's nothing worse than you sitting down and teaching a class. It's the worst experience for the students and the people that want to learn, and I think for the teacher, the person teaching the class. So you're really standing up all day. So prepare for it. I've been going to the gym on a daily basis, though today I didn't go. Maybe I'll go in the afternoon. I had to go do some errands. But I'm trying to catch up from yesterday. So it was a good workout all day yesterday. But it's good to get in shape, be ready for it, be prepared, prepare for standing. Think about how you're going to design your class to incorporate breaks and things like that. Because we always talk about Zoom breaks, but there's also breaks for the people that actually teaching the class. All right, come on, Bubbles, come here. You're just getting in the way of things, babe girl. All right, Bubbles, lay down. Bubbles all stirred up today. She wants to be on the show. All right, you relax now, Bubs. No, well, she'll come over in a second because I just stopped petting her. Anyway, so you got to prepare for it, and it was a beautiful thing yesterday. And one of the things I did when I coach new teams and bring them on board or join new Scrum teams, it's funny. There's a lot of activities going on. some coaching scenarios and things like that. We talk about new teams and how to do it. And one of the things I normally do is have my teams pick their name for their team and give them a name rather than Team A or Team B or IT team or whatever it is, and give themselves a name. So to change it up a little bit, because I didn't have that capability with the kids, is I took the little gnome. Whoops, he's upside down. There's a gnome, upside down gnome. Made the gnome the mascot for the group, and I started with every class and had every kid give a name, because he didn't have the gnome doesn't have a name, and I let them go. You can use guy names, girl names, and whatever names you want for the gnome, and every kid is getting an opportunity to participate. And I really do believe it's important when you teach a class to get the students involved in what you're learning and what them be participate. Have them quasi help build the learning environment as you go. They're expecting you to teach them some things, right? But you should also go and have them participate in building what the format, the foundation of the class. So I've been doing, that's how I teach classes. That's how I teach Scrum and Agile. So I'm doing that with the kids too. So it was fun. You have to maintain a high energy level through the class. You want to be positive because you want the students and the people in there to be positive. So you can't come into a class all like mellow or not call, you got to have your caffeine, whatever you need, but you got to have that high energy level, because without that high energy level, your whole class is going to go to sleep. So this is a couple of reminders of these long classes when you teach them and you teach the Agile stuff, or if you do a whole day thing, or if you do a speech, or if you go out and do a speaking circuit, you host a webinar that's all day long. You have to be prepared to talk all day long and break it up and organize in such a way that you don't get exhausted and you keep that energy level at a high level for the people that you're speaking to. So these are some things that if you are thinking to 10x your career and you want to teach a class, because I'll tell you one thing, teaching a class or doing a lecture is a great way of elevating your career, whether it be with internal or external or potential opportunities in the future. Get yourself out there. So it helps. For me, one of the other benefits of helping these kids, I'm helping the kids, but I'm also gaining from it too. I'm getting back into the speaking shape, right? How do I keep motivated for 10 different 11 different audience grade level? Some of the classes are more than one class, so there's actually more one of the same grade level, and keep it interesting and entertaining. And so they learn at the same time. Cause I think if you don't have fun, you're not going to learn anything either. So it's a participative, fun learning experience where they're going to learn some technology. I'm going to push them to levels they have not ever experienced before in their lifetime as far as technology goes. So the opportunities are going to be there. So I can't combine all that just like in that. So when you do teach a class, reminding it's a wake up call to remind you that, okay, you're teaching an all day class, you're in front of an audience, or you're speaking in front of an audience for a long session. You have to be in shape. You have to exercise. You have to get the leg muscles going. You have to get your body in shape. You make sure you get the proper food, nutrition, things like that. I got through the whole thing. I had 2 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches because I was running late. But you got to eat. You got to make sure you're drinking the water and everything like that. And in the technology room, I wasn't, I actually kicked one of the teacher's aides out of the room. Well, I didn't. I said, well, you can't have your coffee in the classroom because there's a rule in the building that you can't have food or drink in the computer room, which makes sense. Get sticky keys and it's not your keyboard and you got to share with all the other kids. So you really don't want that. So, I can't drink water or coffee during the session. It's not there. It's not in the room. I have my water bottle, but it's stashed away in my bag, and I'll get a drink every once in a while in between, but I'm nowhere near any of the computers because I ain't paying for all those computers. So you have to figure out how to do that, right? So you have to stay hydrated, make sure you get some nutrition, some food in you so that you can maintain an all day thing. You can't just not eat. I've seen people who taught classes who would skip lunch or not eat or not, they're not as motivated or energized throughout the whole day, and you have to stay there because you got to elevate everyone in the room's energy. So I wanted to bring that up, just some fresh in my mind experience, this reminder of the pre 2020 when we taught live and in person. And I know that's coming back for different modified ways of doing it, but it's fun, it's enjoyable. I have to quote on there. Put up a post the other day about having that visual communication and turn on the computer. I will be honest, there's nothing like teaching a class in person and watching them and getting feedback loop from all the kids in the class or people that are in your class. There's nothing better, right? It's just, to me, it's pure joy watching them and getting that interaction. When you teach a class and they have the monitors off, or you're in a team and they don't have that, you don't get that, right? It was nice. It was a nice change of pace, and and it and I think doing that with a company, getting some people in person every once in a while, doing a joint thing where you're all doing stuff, adds another level of energy to the teams. So I'm gonna share that. But again, this is summing up. Get in shape, get prepared, find some ways to practice that you're doing full day sessions with training people or do lectures or speaking to prepare you for teaching in class, because these people are paying some good money for in-person training. You have to be on the ball. You can't do it half baked like a lot of people do in these Zoom calls where they just talk, right? That's not how it works. And your job is to get everyone entertained and motivated, get them involved, walk around the room, teach from the back of the room, get them going. It's a different animal. It's a different beast. So I wanted to share that with you, just a friendly reminder, because we are getting back. I think 2024 is going to be more of a combination of remote and in-person events and stuff like that. So prep yourself. This is a good way of 10xing your career, and taking the Zoom stuff on the road, make it in person and modify it a little bit. What would it be like in person if you taught a class? Try it out, right? Get some practice. But I will say, Denome and I, who is unnamed, we still don't have a name because I got a whole nother day session to get names. Had a great time. So I encourage people, go teach a class, volunteer. If you ever took a class from someone before, reach back out to them. Hey, do you mind if I sit in one of your classes and participate? It's a great way to learn. It's how I did it. And I want to wish you a great day. Happy scrumming. Enjoy your day. And we'll see you tomorrow when we do We Team Wednesday. Take care, everyone.